It was Lucas's birthday, and I flew home late at night to surprise him. As he blew out the candles, he made a wish, may the proposal go smoothly next week. I felt both joy and shock, he hadn't actually spoken out loud just now. Immediately after, a woman's complaining voice reached my ears. Been hiding under the bed too long, my legs are numb. When is Lucas going to lure her away? Had I been working non-stop these past few days to the point of hallucinating? I closed my eyes, shook my head, and opened them again. A man's broad chest came into view. His embrace was blazing hot. Lucas murmured, "You came back at this hour, I thought I was dreaming. Just to spend the New Year's countdown with me, flying across a dozen provinces? Since when did you learn to be so full of ceremony, It must be an illusion. It's hard to imagine someone as proud and devoted as Lucas would betray me, and in the house my mother left me, no less." I let out a sigh of relief, shyly poking his waist. "There's another surprise, you know." The next second, his inner voice practically pressed against my ear, "Thought I'd indulge myself for my birthday, but now this is troublesome. I need to find a way to get Hannah out." "Got it, I'll pull her into taking a shower." His thoughts felt like a bucket of ice water dumped over my head, leaving me frozen in place. I could barely breathe. Then my waist tightened as I was suddenly lifted into the air. Lucas held me and said, "Tired? How about we go take a shower?" I forced a smile. I already showered at the hotel. I buttoned up my coat collar higher. His gaze deepened. "She mentioned it offhand before my birthday, but I never expected she'd actually prepare and come all dressed up. This makes me feel quite guilty." I saw it. "It's the character I like." He set me down, leaned in close, and his lips brushed against my earlobe. I could clearly see the fading love bite on the side of his neck. His breathing grew slightly heavy. "What if I don't want to shower? I want to see the surprise now." I bit my lip and pushed him toward the bathroom. He laughed cheerfully, but in his heart, he was thinking, if it were Hannah, she would have already eagerly approached me by now. Why pretend? Just before entering the bathroom, he turned back and blocked my path to the bedroom. Complaining, he said, "You were gone for so long, I missed you every day. I know you like cleanliness, but I messed up the bedsheets. Don't dislike me because of it." Lucas usually enjoys teasing me, those words were like spices to our love, but today, they left a completely different taste. He tossed the sheets and quilt into the laundry room, replaced them with fresh ones, closed the ventilation window, and said softly, "I'll wash them quickly." From under the bed came another inner voice, "The official girlfriend sure is different, huh? He'd never be this gentle with me. That Cinderella Sophia, who used to grovel before me like a dog, no background, average looks, what on earth does Lucas see in her? Damn it, am I really spending the night under this bed?" The bathroom door closed, followed by the sound of running water. I sat on the edge of the bed, trembling all over, consumed by an overwhelming sense of absurdity. On my way back late at night, an old lady had set up a stall by the bridge, offering draws for $10 each, but the cold weather meant no customers. She said she needed $200 for her bus fare home. I gave her $200, it's Lucas's birthday, might as well do a good deed. I drew randomly, all "thank you for your patronage," until finally, I got one night's truth, effective immediately. Good news, it actually worked. Bad news, my boyfriend was cheating on me, and the other woman was the client I was supposed to collaborate with. Not entirely bad news, at least I found out early. Hannah's inner voice said, "Got it, I'll message her. Hee, this time I'm going to stand her up and cancel the contract last minute, just because I can't stand her. Who does she think she is, Lucas's sweetheart?" A message came through on the phone. "The rich young miss, come over now, there's a part of the script I don't understand." Hear me? If you're not here in half an hour, we won't work together again. I wiped away my tears and silently turned the air conditioner down to 13 degrees. Lucas came out with a towel wrapped around him, his hair still damp. His lean muscles were clearly defined. A faint smile played on his lips as he strolled over slowly. It's so cold. I handed him the clothes I'd prepared. The air conditioner seems broken. Put these on, let's play a game first. He rested his head on my shoulder. It's 1 a.m. now. If we keep talking, it'll be dawn soon. Hannah's still under the bed. Forget it, I'll make it up to her properly when I have time. I said, let's play a card game. You draw. If it's black, I'll grant you one wish. If it's red. I smirked, I'll slap you. He suddenly became intrigued. Alright, it's my birthday, my luck should be good. Heart. Slap. Diamond. Slap. Red peach. Slap. Covering his face with a hiss, he grabbed my hand, searching my eyes. Baby, you're acting strange. He cupped my face in his hands. What happened? Tell me. My nose stung. I almost cried. I wanted to pound his chest and ask, why did you betray me? If he said it was just this once, begging for forgiveness, would I soften and give him another chance? After all, we used to love each other so deeply. Lucas's inner monologue grew frantic. She never hits me normally, could she have found out? Shouldn't have taken the risk at home, hotels are much more convenient. I forced a smile and pinched his nose. It's nothing. Are you being a sore loser? Earlier when I attended a friend's wedding, I caught the bouquet and got a little flustered. She's hinting at me to propose. After all these years, she's not getting any younger, and she wants me to give her an answer. Let her be angry for a few days, she'll be thrilled when I propose. I threw my hand of red cards on the floor, grabbed a bottle of wine and 2 glasses, and said, let's play truth or dare. Whoever lies will never find true love in this lifetime. He said, why do you love playing games so much? Learned it from you. His attention was completely elsewhere as he pinned me to the bed, kissing me and murmuring sweetly, I love you, wife. Unexpectedly, he didn't see the joyful expression he anticipated on my face. Hannah, did he forget about me? How does he still have the energy? Whatever, I'm crawling out now, I'm about to turn into an ice cube. Never mind, he'll get angry. I'm supposed to be his fiancé, so why do I feel so wronged? Ouch, Lucas wiped the corner of his mouth, finding blood. What's gotten into this woman today? Didn't she come back just to sleep with me? Whatever, I'll take her first and talk later. There's nothing that can't be solved by a good fuck. His hand gripped my calf and pulled sharply, leaving my entire body trapped under his restraint. Lucas's gaze was intense enough to devour someone to the bone. Fear washed over me belatedly, my breath uneven, and I laughed self-deprecatingly. Lucas, how dare you call me your wife? Don't you have a fiancé? He stopped, then let out a relieved sigh and laughed. So you were jealous. I pushed him away, and he collapsed to the side, propping himself up on his elbow to look at me. It was arranged by the elders. We kept it from you to avoid making you overthink. The engagement was terminated half a year ago. If you don't believe me, ask her tomorrow. I'm calling her right now. I wasn't listening to his words, I was focused on hearing his inner thoughts. Business hit some unexpected setbacks. My stepmother whispered in my father's ear, deliberately pressuring me. I need a respectable marriage alliance. That infatuated fool Hannah is utterly compliant with me, perfect for the role. Sophia came from the countryside, with relatives and friends all poor and shabby. She was lifted out of that, but no matter how hard she works, she's still just some obscure little director. Even if she wears haute couture, there's still something rather unimpressive about her. But now it's fine, my father is dead, I've paid off that woman and her son, and no one can control me anymore. Honestly, I really hate Sophia's job. After all these years of hard work, how many people actually watch the shows she's in? After we get married and she gets pregnant, once we have kids, she can slowly step back. Silly woman, wouldn't it be better to just let me take care of her? Lucas took a deep breath and licked the wound at the corner of his mouth. No one picked up. Come to think of it, he and Hannah met because of me. It happened 4 years ago. Back then, I was just a director's assistant, filming a slap scene. Hannah said she wanted someone to practice with and specifically asked for me. I got slapped 3 times, hard enough that my contact lens fell out. When Lucas heard about it, he wanted to get revenge for me. His idea of revenge turned out to be tormenting her in bed as punishment, making her his fiancée. Lucas kept calling, his eyes moist as he glared at me stubbornly. 10 minutes later, I hugged him and said, "Lucas, we've been together for 7 years. I trust you." The world fell silent, leaving only the sound of his strong heartbeat. "Do you love me? If not, why would I be with you? Will you cheat on me in the future?" He froze for a second. "If I cheat, you can kill me. It's getting a bit stale. I just want to try something new and exciting. There are things I wouldn't dare try with Sophia, but with other women, why not? I love her enough, with a clear conscience. Even if I fall for someone else in the future, I'll still treat her the best. After all, back then, only she stayed for me." He held my hand, the one with a deep scar. Human nature is complicated. A sudden thought crossed my mind, maybe I could pretend to know nothing, wait for him to propose, then marry him. He's wealthy and generous with me. All I'd have to do is put on a smiling face every day. Then I comforted myself by thinking he's good-looking, with broad shoulders and a narrow waist, sleeping with him wouldn't be a loss. After all, Lucas is considered the cream of the crop among men. But I was born with a weak stomach, even slightly spoiled food would give me indigestion. Right then, I felt a little nauseous. Cold sweat broke out on my forehead. Back then. At this moment, I also thought of the past. Lucas and I met in college. I studied film directing and entered competitions with my works. Normally, I was a timid, well-behaved good girl, but when it came to creative work, I had a terrifying level of dedication. The lead role required someone with a bad boy charm and aristocratic elegance. I went to bars to scout for handsome guys, and when Lucas appeared, I was stunned. He was like a celestial being. I offered him a whopping 2,000 yuan to act in my film. His friend laughed. "Lucas' family is wealthy, he'll inherit the company. The entertainment industry isn't his thing." Blushing, I mustered my courage. "Hey Lucas, could you do me a favor?" He replied, "Sure, be my girlfriend." Before I could answer, he pulled out a card and shoved it at the girl feeding him fruit beside him. "We're done." So I figured agreeing wouldn't hurt, we could always break up after filming wrapped. Lucas and I sparked something unexpected. He loved taking me out, racing cars, skiing, drinking games, poker. It was like stepping through a door to a whole new world. Romance is just a game to me, but playing it? I'm dead serious. My indifferent attitude left him frustrated. This relationship lasted 3 months, his longest ever. His best friend was shocked. 3 months, and you haven't even held hands? Bro, are you out of your mind? Why haven't you broken up yet? Lucas drank irritably, grabbed his bag, and followed me out. The professor said my work made it to the finals and wrote a recommendation letter for me to collect. The office door closed, only to be kicked open again. Damn, Lucas looked so handsome. Where did he touch you? He said my hands were like works of art and kissed them. Bastard. The professor let out a pained cry. That night, he held my hand, and I slept leaning on his shoulder. When I woke up, his eyes were red, as if he had been watching me for a long time. He cursed and said he had fallen for me this time. Who hasn't? Opposites attract. He transformed from a social butterfly into a devoted, clingy puppy. We began a normal college romance, sweet and sticky. What truly left an indelible mark was when he had a climbing accident and suffered a head injury. When he woke up with amnesia, he not only forgot all his friends but also regressed to the intelligence of a 5 or 6-year-old. Childish, unruly, occasionally as aggressive as someone with supermasculinity syndrome. His father and stepmother quickly shifted their hopes to their high school-aged younger son. I took him home, never leaving his side, not giving up. For a whole year, I barely slept. Once, when his headache drove him to thoughts of Sue.I I grabbed the blade with my bare hands, blood streaming down the knife. Terrified, he sobbed, "I'm sorry, Sophia. I'll be good, don't let Sophia get hurt." One day when I came home, he was waiting for me at the door. Just one glance told me that the clever and mischievous Lucas had returned. Carefully and earnestly, he said, "I love you, Sophia." I believed it, for a long time. "Hannah, damn, it's freezing." Lucas told me about that incident. He didn't get hurt falling while hiking. He was fooling around with some girl in the wild and got hit by rocks. After winning Sophia over, he got bored. While desensitizing her, he kept flirting with other girls. So yeah, Lucas only feels gratitude and guilt toward Sophia. She loves him so much. If I secretly send her some provocative videos, maybe she'll take the hint and back off? 7 years of trivialities, recalled now, feel warm and blissful. But if we include tonight's events and tell the story in reverse, it starts to resemble a horror film. I've decided to make things more satisfying. I tilted my head up and kissed the corner of Lucas's lips. His Adam's apple bobbed slightly. "Lucas, let's discuss something. I have a film preparing to start shooting, could you invest a bit?" "Not much, just 10 million. His smile carried a hint of chill. "I skimmed that script when I was bored. It's not bad, but she just lacks an opportunity. I don't want her to become too popular. What if she grows wings and stops obeying later? Let's not anger her tonight. Depends on your performance this evening." I happily pulled him along, cooing, "Sign it first, please. Sooner or later, this woman will be the death of me." I ran to the guest room, waiting for the contract to print. Flipping through my contacts, I dialed 188 centimeters tall, born in 2005, 70 kilograms, Sunny Wild Hunk. The call connected quickly, and a deliberately sweet, husky voice answered, "Sis, what's up so late? Are you free now? I'll give you a chance for an impromptu acting showdown. Play a sweet-faced schemer with hidden claws." After signing the contract, Lucas reached out to touch my forehead. "You're burning up." His eyes were filled with genuine concern, all playfulness gone. He rushed to fetch water and medicine. "Good thing you didn't drink earlier." Watching coldly, I moistened my dry lips with a sip of water. "Lucas, let's break up." He frowned slightly. "Have you lost your mind?" I looked at him calmly. "I've fallen for someone else. I came back first to discuss the investment with you, and second to confirm whether I still have any feelings for you. I'm sorry. When I kissed you just now, all I could think about was him." The cup fell to the ground, shattering into pieces. Lucas went to get a cigarette, lit one, and took a drag. "Who? What's their name? Do you have a photo? Let me see." When I remained silent, he asked again, "Did you sleep together?" You know how it is, when hormones take over, you lose control. By the time I came to my senses, what should and shouldn't have been done was already done. Maybe it was because I was in a bad mood that night, and you didn't answer any of my dozen calls. Last Friday, I made the little girl cry. I was busy wiping her tears and didn't have time to answer the phone. Sophia must have lied to me. She's known as the goody two-shoes with high moral standards. Lucas blew a smoke ring right at me. Coughing, I muttered, "He doesn't smoke. Smells better than you." He stubbed out the cigarette. The corners of his lips curled into a terrifying smile. "I want to kill someone. How dare Sophia do this? Damn it. Today I'm going to make sure she pays." "How's the service from Third Bro? Did he send you to Cloud 9? Was it better with him or with me?" "Sophia, you're so filthy. Before we break up, let's sleep together one last time. No protection, you never took the pill for me all these years. Let me enjoy it one last time, huh?" He closed in on me. The coat was easily torn open, buttons scattering across the floor. I grabbed the wine glass and flung its contents at his face. "Lucas." My voice was loud, trembling with unshed tears. Just like when his episodes came, I'd raise my voice then too. Lucas, stop. He froze for a moment. Sophia, I'm sorry, I forgot you were running a fever. Just then, someone darted out from under the bed. Hannah was disheveled, her fair skin covered in kiss marks. She clung to Lucas, saying, I'm freezing to death. Since she doesn't want you anymore, there's no need for me to hide. The shock was immense. With reddened eyes, I spoke word by word, Lucas, you're despicable, bringing someone home. My mom passed away right here. Do you still remember what you said to her back then? Back in middle school, my dad had an affair, took all the money, and disappeared. My mom raised me all by herself, and she was especially afraid I'd run into a bad man. She checked Lucas over and over again. In her late stage of cancer, not wanting me to worry, she deliberately hid it from me. Even on her deathbed at home, she was still watching the TV drama I acted in. She left comments and likes online, saying it was really good and encouraging me to keep going. The day my mom left, she didn't say much. I enthusiastically suggested taking a vacation in a few days to travel to France together, and she nodded with a smile, skirting the topic. She served Lucas some food, saying, you must treat Sophia well. Like me, Sophia isn't the type to like someone easily, but once she does, she gives her whole heart. Don't you dare let my daughter down. Lucas readily agreed. But now, this big liar. At the very least, not at home. Hannah sneezed several times in a row, shivering under a blanket. She rolled her eyes and fainted. Lucas picked her up, his expression complicated. Sophia, let's talk later when we've both calmed down. She's crying, it seems she still loves me. When Hannah came out, she didn't seem surprised at all. Who knows how long she's known about this? She really knows how to spin stories just to piss me off. Suddenly, heavy knocks came from outside the door. Sophia, come out here. What kind of person sleeps with someone then runs away? I dreamed about you, I miss you so much. Your waist was so soft. Please, my dear, open the door. Lucas halted his steps, jaw clenched. He tossed Hannah onto the sofa and strode forcefully toward the door. The person outside lifted their head. My younger brother was holding half a bottle of whiskey, his peach blossom eyes glistening with tears. His gaze slid past Lucas as he exclaimed joyfully, Sis. Lucas' face turned green. He shoved him and said, Quit acting cute. I'm warning you, never show up in front of Sophia again. How much do you want? Sean staggered back, and I tugged at Lucas, scolding, What are you doing? Lucas stared at me in disbelief, clenched his fist, and slammed it against the wall. Sean chuckled, Sis, I'm fine. I don't want money, I genuinely like you. He looked at Hannah with a gossipy expression. Hannah? What are you doing here? So this is your sugar daddy? Hannah dropped the act and walked over. Stop talking nonsense, I'm his fiancé. Sean curled his lips. Sis, aren't you going to break up with him? Lucas' face darkened like he was about to drip with gloom. Sophia left me, so I'm free now, right? She kept nagging me every day, controlling my smoking and drinking, it was so annoying. I only stayed with her out of guilt anyway, and now she's the one who chose to leave. I should be happy, so why do I feel so uncomfortable? Damn, this guy just rubs me the wrong way. He threw a punch at Sean's face, but Sean swiftly dodged it, a sly grin playing on his lips. Sis, step back. Wouldn't want you to get hurt by mistake. The two of them started fighting like their lives depended on it. Gotta say, the younger brother sure packed a punch. Hannah looked a bit scared. Go break it up. Almost forgot about this one. I flexed my hand and returned those 3 slaps. She covered her face, don't you want to cooperate anymore? You're not worthy of being the female lead in my film. Also, just a friendly reminder, the more Lucas clings to you physically, the more he actually despises you. So what if you're his fiancé? He'll never marry you. Her sore spot was hit. You're just jealous of me. I pushed her out. Lucas scrambled to his feet awkwardly, with Hannah rushing to support him. Sean came to stand beside me as the door closed. Outside, Lucas roared furiously, "You'll regret this, Sophia." I laughed at his response, "Never have, never will." The last thing I saw was Lucas' bloodshot eyes. The Maybach outside drove away, and everything fell silent. My head was spinning, the world seemed to rotate around me. Every object, every inch of space was reenacting memories. I had an emotional attachment to this house and stubbornly insisted on living here. After Lucas fell ill, I brought him here, and he never left again. Late at night, wrapped in blankets watching movies together. Flower-covered hands chasing each other through every room. When I felt depressed, he'd carry me piggyback to the rooftop to stargaze with me. During heavy rains, the bedroom, balcony, kitchen, floors, bathroom, everything swayed to the symphony of thunder and rain. Outside the window, the cherry blossom tree we planted together has grown taller than a person. When the wind blows, petals drift in, landing in my palm like a funeral for this lost love. I collapsed to the ground, retching violently, as if trying to vomit out my entire heart. Mom's voice reached me. "It won't hurt forever, sweetheart. Once this passes, you'll be fine." A warm hand patted my back. "Sophia." I snapped back to reality as Sean helped me up, his voice tense. "You don't look well. Help me pour a glass of water." I opened my phone to see Hannah had sent several videos. When I clicked play, awkward sounds burst from the speakers at 0 frames, startling me so badly my phone slipped and fell under the couch. Sean came over with the water, his ears tinged red. With his long arms, he effortlessly retrieved the phone and handed it to me. "Sophia, do you need a shoulder? I'll lend you mine." What a perfect opportunity. I'm willing to offer my body. This is when she's most vulnerable, I need to make a good impression. He took my hand and placed it on his chest. "Sis, can I kiss you?" I almost choked on my tears and wanted to laugh. "You should go back. Your acting is pretty good, you've got the second male lead role. Go home and get into character a bit more. And by the way, sis doesn't do under-the-table deals. It's all about skill here." He smiled regretfully. "You probably think I'm pretty casual, but I'm only like this with you. She's really interesting, totally my type. I'd like to sleep with her, but, nah, better just think about it. She seems like a tough one to handle." What am I thinking? Stop being horny. They've already gently rejected you, why are you so eager? Better focus on your career. The noise in my ears was unbearable. I coaxed him, pulling out some bills from my pocket. "Take a taxi back, keep it quiet." I kept feeling the room was disgustingly dirty, so I scheduled a cleaning for tomorrow. I booked another room, took some fever medicine, and woke up to perfect sunlight. Lucas called me countless times. At the hospital waiting for my checkup results, I called back and he picked up instantly. "No one's home. Did you spend the night with that ugly freak? This is absolutely ridiculous. Has your fever gone down? Did you eat breakfast? Where did you put my blue jacket?" My lips parted several times before I finally interrupted him. "Lucas, we've broken up." He fell silent for a moment before responding lightly. "You think I'm jealous? Plenty of women would throw themselves at me without you around. I should actually thank you for giving me back my freedom." I cut him off again. "We can still be friends, right? After all, a generous, well-connected rich boy like him was the perfect candidate for friendship." He choked up, and I moved the phone away from my ear. A loud noise came through from his side, it sounded like he had thrown his phone. I visited my mother at the cemetery, then flew back to H-City overnight to prepare for the start of filming. Summer had arrived, and the scenery was beautiful. I was happy doing the work I loved, and the lingering melancholy in my heart slowly faded away. Even without him, I would live comfortably and freely. Launching, Lu Corporation. Neon lights flickered as nightlife was just beginning. Lucas had long finished his work. Dressed in a sharp suit, he stood before the floor-to-ceiling window, smoking one cigarette after another. Suddenly, he didn't know where to go, he felt a sense of homelessness. The phone rang. "Lucas, are you coming out to play today? Your wife's not home, right? You gotta come, I'm getting married, tonight's my bachelor party." He stubbed out his cigarette, "Find a few more clean and pretty ones." He stepped on the gas, a smirk curling his lips. From now on, he'd never feel guilty again, no more heart-pounding fear of Sophia finding out. There were plenty of women better than her, more forward, better at coquetry, even younger. A mere crook of his finger, and they'd come running. How could he waste his prime years on just one woman? Bar. Lucas threw back a shot and locked lips with a girl. The kiss was urgent, domineering, leaving her face flushed and breathless. He picked up the girl and asked, "Do you have any vacant rooms?" Ethan teased, "Yes, why are you in such a hurry this time?" "I heard your wife came back yesterday, didn't she give you any?" He said calmly, "We broke up." Broke? Holy shit. Ethan's smile froze, momentarily at a loss for words. The shameless woman is secretly keeping a young lover behind my back. Surely not, could there be some misunderstanding? Ethan and the others were stunned. Over the past few years, they had grown quite fond of Sophia, treating her like a sweet younger sister. During gatherings, they would consciously tone down their conversations out of consideration for her. However, Lucas was a closer brother, so when he fooled around with other women outside, they helped cover for him. Lucas snapped impatiently, "The room key." A shadow appeared before him. Lucas exclaimed in surprise, "Felix, when did you get back? You're attending this kind of party too? I thought you hated noisy gatherings like this?" Felix said, "Lucas, you really never change. Did you really break up with her? I'm nothing compared to you with your damn prudishness. What's with the act?" "We're all men here," Lucas retorted, disliking the look in Felix's eyes. He shoved past him and threw the girl onto the bed. During the intimate encounter, his mind wandered to Sophia, and that man. The girl had a great figure, yet he found her bland. In the end, he could only finish by imagining it was Sophia before hastily putting on his clothes and going out to drink. When it was over, he stood at the intersection letting the breeze cool him while waiting for his assistant to pick him up. Suddenly, he narrowed his eyes. Wasn't that the pretty boy? Sean was walking ahead while talking on the phone, carrying shopping bags. He caught up, intending to throw a punch, but the conversation stopped him. "Sister Sophia, my dad's sick, can I join the film crew 2 days late?" "Of course. Do you need money? I can advance your salary." The tone was nothing like lovers. He realized, this boy was just hired by Sophia to deliberately provoke him. Unexpectedly, he felt a flicker of joy. Noticing the lipstick stain on his clothes, he went home to shower and change. Realizing he hadn't eaten all day, he cooked some noodle soup. Dialed her number. No answer. Redialed, until the noodles turned cold and clumped together. Lucas scoffed, "Sophia, daring not to pick up? The world keeps turning without you. Who do you think you are? Trying to make me jealous with other men, and now playing hard to get." He muttered to himself like a madman. Gritting his teeth, he booked a flight to City H. Filming night scenes, I was directing on set until my voice went hoarse. Returned to the hotel and collapsed into bed, only to wake up to missed calls from Lucas and dozens of passive-aggressive texts from him. Clearly drunk and causing a scene. Got out of bed, planning to go hiking since I had the day off. Ran into someone as I stepped out. Felix. Lucas's friend. We'd met a few times years ago. Back when I first knew Lucas, I only remember he lost every hand when we played cards. Later, I heard he went abroad. His face hasn't changed much, still that ice-cold expression. I pretended not to recognize him. But he stopped me, "Sophia." His bony fingers extended a business card. "I'm here to discuss a collaboration." I immediately put on a cheerful smile. His company is a leading entertainment enterprise, And after reviewing my previous works and this current script, they wanted to buy the exclusive rights. We chatted while hiking up the mountain. By the time we reached the summit, I was completely out of breath, while he looked as relaxed as if he had only taken a few steps. After finishing our work discussion, I sat on the ground, my legs numb, and he reached out his hand. I took it and he pulled me up. His hand felt slightly cool, and as soon as I steadied myself, I quickly let go. He must have heard about my breakup with Lucas. On the way back, he asked, "Where in H city serves the best food? What's your taste preference?" "My hometown is in City S, I prefer sweet and spicy flavors," I said cheerfully. "So we're from the same hometown, no wonder we have similar tastes." Midway through the meal, Felix pointed at the corner of his mouth, "You've got something there." I grabbed a napkin but kept missing the spot. He chuckled softly, and I froze. It felt like watching an iceberg melt, his smile unexpectedly warm. He gently took my hand and guided it to wipe the corner of my mouth a few times. "All right, all clean now." I felt a bit warm and took a few sips of water. But then I saw Lucas standing outside the glass wall. To make sure it wasn't a hallucination, I asked Felix, "Do you see that too?" A minute later, Lucas yanked me up and dragged me to the doorway. "Are you that determined to piss me off? First that pretty boy, now dragging my friend into your little act, huh?" I furrowed my brow slightly. "You're hurting me." Felix pulled Lucas away. "Lucas, since you've broken up, stop harassing her." Lucas said, "None of your damn business." And then, the two of them started fighting. I grabbed my bag. Let them argue all they want. I'm going back to rest. These past few days, we've been filming in the mountains with barely any signal. When I finally came out, a crowd rushed at me, throwing rotten eggs, wilted cabbage, and small stones. I was terrified. Felix ran over and, without a word, shielded me in his arms. Soon after, a black car pulled up. He carried me into the car, and the driver sped off, leaving those people behind. "What's going on?" He reached out to tuck my messy hair behind my ear, calmly observing me. "Hannah is pregnant." The internet was in complete chaos. Hannah was photographed going to the gynecology department at the hospital. She posted a video, happily confirming her pregnancy, with the father being an influential business tycoon whose name couldn't be disclosed. The Han family is quite impressive. The elder generation consists of veteran celebrities, while the younger generation inherited their ancestors' excellent genes, beautiful, slim, and mostly becoming second-generation stars. The Han family has substantial assets. But compared to the Liu family, they're several tiers below. She immediately added, "Recently got ghosted by a female director who secretly enjoys forming cliques and bullying. Originally wanted to make her famous with her script, but this works out fine too. There aren't many female directors, so she was quickly identified. Business tycoons who are also young and handsome are even rarer, so Lucas quickly trended on Hot Search. Hannah's 80 million fans were heartbroken for their sister and tried every method online to attack me. I had a headache watching it when the man beside me said, "I'd like to change clothes in the car, is that alright?" Felix had gotten dirty while protecting me. I gave an affirmative sound. When I turned my head, I saw his bare upper body. Our gazes met as he slowly buttoned his shirt from the bottom up. "Be at the hotel in 10 minutes, there's a press conference. Prepare your statement. This might be an opportunity." "Why are you helping me?" "You have a partnership with our company. Negative publicity would affect our stock prices. Also, you're the first business deal I'm handling since returning to the country." I nodded thoughtfully. The car suddenly braked, and I lurched forward, only to have a large palm swiftly cushion my head. I laughed, "Thanks." Before the words even hit the ground, the car jolted again, and I tumbled right into Felix's arms. I left a bright red lipstick stain on his freshly changed shirt. Embarrassed, I tried to sit up, but the car swayed once more. This time, my hand landed on his thigh. I was completely flushed with embarrassment. The driver apologized. "There's a car tailgating us, driving like they've got a death wish." I need to bring out my real skills, so hold on tight. I tried to get up, but Felix pulled me into his arms, saying, "Stop bumping into me, you're going to break me." I leaned against his chest, our breaths mingling together. Time seemed to pass both slowly and quickly at once. At the press conference, I laid out the timeline of my relationship with Hannah from the moment we first met until now. I shared our chat logs. All of them showed her ordering me around. In the entertainment industry, it's common to see people flatter the powerful and bully the weak. For the sake of my dreams, I can endure humiliation and hardship. Regarding this script, I thought if we could get a big-name star with both acting skills and popularity, it would definitely be a hit. We negotiated for over a year, but she kept stalling and dragging her feet, yet couldn't bear to let go of the script. If we don't terminate the contract, are we just waiting to be played by her? At the same time, my colleague also posted a video supporting me. Oh my God, director Sophia bullying others? Hearing that makes me laugh. She's the best woman I've ever met. She helped me get into character, prepared warm water for me when I had gastroenteritis, and even insisted on driving me home after night shoots because she was worried about my safety as a minor actress. Don't spread rumors about my sister Sophia, she's the kindest person in the world. Some people even went live-streaming outside Lucas's company. As soon as Lucas stepped out, he was surrounded by countless phones. "Lucas, are you going to see our Hannah? Is Hannah your rumored girlfriend? That Sophia bullied Hannah, you should avenge Hannah." Lucas abruptly turned his gaze toward her. "Apologize. Who gave you the right to speak about Sophia like that? With such poor manners, did you even finish compulsory education?" The girl stepped back fearfully. Then, a group of bodyguards pushed the cameras away. Hannah hadn't expected things to turn out this way. Soon, a PR team stepped in, claiming that the female director wasn't Sophia and telling everyone not to speculate. But people weren't fools. Overnight, she lost half of her followers. A few days later, she posted a message on her account, taking a break from the industry for now, return date uncertain. The farce came to an end, but it did bring a lot of attention to our production team. That day, as I was returning to the hotel, I heard footsteps behind me. Could it be one of Hannah's delusional fans? I was about to call the police when he took off his hat, his voice hoarse. "Sophia. Crossing the bridge rice noodles. Drizzled with vinegar, chili oil, and scallions." I slurped the noodles contentedly. "What's up?" Lucas was dressed casually, with a carefree air about his brow, but his eyes now melted with sorrow. He pulled a cigarette from his pocket, then tossed it into the trash. "I'm sorry about Hannah. She's always been obedient, I never expected her to suddenly lose it. The child was an accident. I watched her take the pills myself, but who knew? As soon as I got the news, I told her to get rid of it. But she actually went into hiding. Don't worry, even if she gives birth, I won't acknowledge that child. I only recognize the ones I have with you." I took a sip of water, glanced at my phone calendar, and laughed sarcastically. "Who said anything about having your baby, Lucas? We broke up a month ago. I don't regret it one bit." "What? You're having regrets now?" His eyes reddened as a tear rolled down. His lips trembled into an ugly smile as he looked up at the sky. "Sophia, I miss you so much. I won't mess around anymore, just come back, okay?" His voice was so loud that others turned to stare. Some were already recording the scene on their phones. I put down my chopsticks and stood to leave when suddenly, fireworks burst across the horizon. People around us, diners, a cute child, sweet couples, men in suits, women in cheongsams, came forward with bouquets. Each bundle shimmered with purple gemstones, a symbol of eternal love. I looked at Lucas in confusion. "I found out you come here every night for Crossing the Bridge rice noodles, so I made arrangements with the owner in advance." He leaned closer to me, his voice coaxing, "Will you marry me?" A cool touch brushed against my hand as he tried to slip the ring onto my finger. I pushed him away, all my thoughts condensed into one sentence: "Are you crazy?" He seemed not to hear, stubbornly reaching for my hand again, determined to put the ring on me. His grip trembled slightly as he smiled and said, "We'll go get our marriage certificate tomorrow." I nodded. He looked surprised, then flashed a row of white teeth in a somewhat goofy smile. "Lucas, I'm thirsty." He went to fetch water, my favorite mango-flavored one, and walked toward me full of anticipation. Not far away, the bus finally arrived. I stepped back, took off the ring, and held it up. His smile froze. Clenching his teeth, his words came out meek, "After we're married, you can play around with other men. I won't stop you. This is my way of making it up to you." Swish, the ring slipped from his fingers. It rolled to his feet, covered in grime. Lucas's clenched hand dropped, his face pale. I raised the corner of my mouth slightly. "Sorry, my boyfriend is here to pick me up." Felix leaned against the car. Lucas's face turned even paler. I jogged over and got into the car. "Thanks for the ride, Felix." "Felix? You just called me your boyfriend." You must have misheard. The man's side profile was strikingly handsome. With a lowered gaze and a soft chuckle, his eyes met mine in the mirror, as if trying to pull me in. "Aren't you afraid I'm going to take you to some deserted place? Can I get out of the car now?" He didn't answer, just slammed on the accelerator and swerved into a villa. After the car stopped, Felix loosened his tie and pressed his lips against mine. Moonlight streamed in as he murmured, voice trembling, "Sophia, Sophia. I've wanted to call you that for so long." I wrapped my arms around his waist, my heart pounding wildly. Over these past few days, I could feel how special he was toward me. Truth be told, I was pretty moved. I wanted to ask why he liked me so much. But instead, a more urgent question slipped out. "Are you clean?" His Adam's apple bobbed as he smiled with eyes full of stars. "It's new, waiting for you to unwrap." He carried me out of the car, kicking doors open along the way. Soon, the bathroom was filled with steam. Felix said it many times, "I love you." I can't hear his inner thoughts. Is this man reliable? I don't know. After all, true feelings change in an instant. As I looked at his face, distant memories surfaced. In elementary school, my mother sold flour cakes by the roadside. Often, a luxury car would stop, and a delicate-looking boy would step out to buy 2 pounds. I was doing homework when I looked up to see him crying. Ugly crying. A man stepped out of a luxury car to pull him up, but he just plopped down on the ground, wailing, "Just let me die already." The man lost his temper too. "I'm still young enough to make more kids. Don't think you can threaten me with suicide." Then he asked, "You know the way home, right?" before driving off. His crying was bad for business, so I put down my pen and reached out to him with a sweet smile. "Let's go fly a kite together." He said he'd been having terrible luck lately. His mom abandoned him, and his dad threw out everything that belonged to her. At 10 years old, he was also battling a potentially fatal illness. Every treatment session was agonizing. The only thing that brought him a little joy was eating flour cakes. Yesterday, the doctor said he couldn't eat flour cakes anymore, they're too sweet. As he spoke, tears welled up again. How could he possibly give up his mother's delicious flour cakes? Feeling sorry for him, I started crying too. 2 tearful faces, holding the string as the kite soared higher and higher. Through my sobs, I said, "The higher the kite flies, the better things will be. You'll recover soon, and your mother will come back. Maybe she's just afraid to see you sick. When she returns, remember to come have flour cakes at my house." He stopped crying and reached out to wipe my tears. "Really?" he asked. "My mom's cooking is delicious too." "Which hospital are you in?" "I'll bring some to you. By the way, your family's rich, right? You won't skip out on the bill, will you?" He wiped away his tears and smiled. He was hospitalized and underwent chemotherapy, while I visited him every day, carrying a lunchbox and picking wildflowers by the roadside to give to him. While he ate, I would sit beside him reading books, like 100,000 bad jokes that I'd dug up from a second-hand bookstall, and tell them to him. He always pretended not to laugh but would secretly chuckle when I wasn't looking. I called him Tom. I didn't make it in time to see him before his last major surgery. Back then, my horrible father had kicked us out, and Mom took me back to my uncle's house 1,000 miles away. Before the surgery, he secretly took me to fly a kite. He held the kite string, running fast, fly, fly, kite, Sophia and Tom will be together forever. Tom's face overlapped with Felix's. The kite rose higher and higher, turning into a black dot against the sun before slowly disappearing. The sunlight grew increasingly unsteady as I tilted my head back, my voice breaking between my lips.